What's up everyone, this is FP Sticks bringing you some Go Battle League battles here in the Holiday Cup, and in today's video I'm going to be trying out Togedemaru in the Holiday Cup meta. Now please let me know if you all have tried Togedemaru yet. I saw how highly ranked it was on PvPoke. I think the steel and electric typing is really solid for this meta, being able to resist flying type attacks and ice type attacks, which are everywhere. Togedemaru hits like a truck with wild charge, and able to get there very quickly, getting there after 5 Thunder Shocks, but it is so glassy. So the team that I'm trying out Togedemaru with is Altaria in the lead, and then typically gonna safe swap Togedemaru and Lantern in the back. So essentially I have 2 responses to any ice types in the lead. So let's jump into these battles. I'm gonna be honest, Togedemaru was kind of hard for me to use. So again, let me know if you've had success with this Pokemon. I feel like running it in the lead is also a decent option as well, because you could throw a wild charge and then swap out to clear your debuff. But I was met with the Charm, Alolan Ninetales in the lead. Obviously really bad matchup, so I swap into my Togedemaru. They respond with the Sableye. Gonna throw a wild charge here. And if I double shield, I know that I'm at this wild charge. So I will be able to flip switch advantage with this little electric mouse thing. They bring in Lantern and spark me down, which is not ideal. But now I'm able to align my Altaria with this Lantern. I'm really glad that they're farming up so much, because the Dragon Breath damage is really adding up. They're going to throw a Thunderbolt, and then I want to chip this Alolan Ninetales with a Sky Attack, which will potentially put it in Spark plus Thunderbolt range here. So this is a terrible play. I throw my Thunderbolt on charge move priority here, which is really bad. That allows them to get their Psyshock off. So I go for a slight undercharge, get 1 more Spark's worth of energy, and I lose CMP here. I really needed to be able to land a Thunderbolt on this Lantern, but that takes me out, unfortunately. And I need to be able to essentially reach a Moonblast to knock out this Lantern, but they're going to be able to reach a Thunderbolt and take me out. So, well played to my opponent. I definitely could have managed this game if I handled my energy a little bit better. But, okay, they have an Altaria in the lead. I eventually want to swap out into one of my electric types to try to catch a move, but that does not work out. They end up responding with a Lantern. I'm totally fine with this. My electric type damage hits for neutral. Their surf will hit for neutral as well, but I know it takes them 5 sparks to get to a surf. It only takes me 5 thunder shocks to reach a wild charge. See you later, Lantern. They don't even throw a move. And I'm actually going to shield my Togedemaru here and see how much value I can get out of this thing, because I know I can get to 2 more wild charges. They sack their Altaria, and in the back is a Frostlass. So I think I end up throwing this wild charge and then swapping to my Lantern, and the 1-to-1 shield. At this point the game is over. So that was a really good showcase of Togedemaru. They're having play against all 3 of those Pokemon. Good game. Vigoroth in the lead, and they respond with a Charizard. Now, I've actually been encountering a lot of people safe swapping Charizard, and they end up having another fire type in the back. Sometimes it's been Leo, sometimes it's been Alolan Marowak. But I will be able to farm up a lot here, and I know that the energy from Lantern will be able to hit Vigoroth for neutral damage, so pretty good scenario here. They're most likely just going to farm me all the way down with Vigoroth, and then they'll have a lot of body slams to... Oh, another misplay by me. I got so greedy here, and they actually ended up throwing. I thought they were going to farm me all the way down. So now we have Togedemaru against Frostlass in the 2-to-2 shield scenario. I do slightly outpace, but even the Avalanche, despite being resisted, is really not comfortable to tank. So I get a shield on that wild charge. Going to CMP tie here. Togedemaru does win a lot of CMP ties. I really should have thrown my energy with my Lantern on the Vigoroth. Huge misplay and just over farming, greedy gameplay from me. I end up going for the Gyro Ball here to hit for super effective damage. I'm sure Wild Charge would have KO'd from that range as well, but I was keeping track of their energy, knowing that I'd be able to make it there. pretty much only gonna get to one charge move here plus the Dragon Breath damage, so I go for the heavier hitting Moon Blast and able to farm down, and we're gonna be able to take this game. Pretty good alignment for me the entire time, right? Lantern on Charizard is a pretty powerful scenario, once again, if you manage your energy well. Another Altaria mirror match, I want to make a catch on one of my electric types, so I swap. They had the exact same idea, but they actually ended up switching into a water gun Lantern. Pretty interesting. That water gun damage is really going to be threatening to my Togedemaru here. And I'm surprised that they made that swap as well, knowing that they're running water gun Lantern, which is not that good of a matchup against Altaria. But I do get a shield there and able to get to this last second wild charge. Now, was this a CMP tie? That'd be huge. No, they let it go. They bring in their Altaria to farm up even more. It has a lot of loaded energy. I have to just kind of wonder what's in the back here. So I end up bringing in my Altaria, burning their final shield. And they're going to throw a move here. They do go for the Moonblast, but what is in the back? I'm going to throw this Thunderbolt. I think the Altaria barely might be able to survive this. Yep, and they get to another move. I know this is just a Sky attack, but I have to preserve some health here. In the back is an Alolan Sandslash. Oh my goodness, not what I expected at all. But their team also has two answers to a Frostlass in the lead. They're just going to farm me all the way down and then have an Ice Punch ready for my Altaria. Really solid play on their part. Alolan Sandslash is a very unique pick that's also kind of a core breaker in this meta, having play against the Ghost types and really having solid play against Frostlass. You also have Bulldoze for the electric types, and being able to resist Dragon type damage is really, really solid. So well played by my opponent. Trevenant in the lead. This is definitely where we want to keep this thing. Togedemaru has to throw Gyro Balls to hit for neutral, and Lantern is totally walled by this thing. So out comes Charizard, but again, I feel like they're just trying to bait out the Lantern here. But because I did so much Dragon Breath damage with my Altaria, I'm totally comfortable with this happening. If they try to Shadow Claw me all the way down, I will get to a lot of energy against their Trevenant and eventually will force some shields here. I just go straight for the heavy hitting move of Thunderbolt. And they let that go through. It's totally fine by me. They're keeping perfect track of my energy here, knowing that they win the CMP tie, so well played to them. In the back is their own Togedemaru, so I'm going to throw a Moonblast here. They let it go through, and I'm kind of trying to force them to throw a Wild Charge and debuff themselves. I end up switching in my Togedemaru here because I know they have to throw Wild Charges and drop their defense, and then my Dragon Breath damage should do enough where it threatens them. They actually allow me to get to this Wild Charge. I know they're probably going to swap out and try to clear their debuff at some point, but they're pretty much at 100 energy here. Have to let this go, and now my Dragon Breath damage is really going to chunk. I do get one Dragon Breath damage as I sneak through. That's actually huge, because that'll do a nice solid chunk of damage. I knew that this was only a Seed Bomb, but I did get scared for a quick second there. Out comes the Togedemaru again, and we are barely able to farm down. I think they were one Thunder Shock away. Very close game there. Good game. Altaria into Lantern. Kind of an awkward lead. We do hit for neutral with Dragon Breath, which is really nice. I might end up trying to catch a Thunderbolt on one of my electric types here. That definitely could be a play. I'm actually going to swap right there, and I'm met with a Vigoroth, which is pretty annoying, but I found that Togedemaru is pretty capable of getting shield advantage in these secondary matchups. Looks like my opponent's just going to shield and commit to the farm down here. Makes sense. My Altaria loses CMP, but I think I end up forcing the CMP tie anyways because I only want to get hit by one Body Slam here, knowing that they pretty much have two. I still have the Lantern to deal with. It did throw energy though, but it's very healthy. They had Lantern in the lead. They had a Vigoroth. Probably something else in the back that's weak to Frostlass, right? Maybe their own Altaria. That would make sense. They're going to throw out Thunderbolt. And they're farming up a lot, still staying in this matchup. They will be able to get to another Thunderbolt if they end up staying in for the long haul. But I still have no idea what's in the back. And they're still barely out of Thunderbolt range. This is really an awkward health here. Gonna queue up the Thunderbolt here. Can I one-shot something in the back? Oh, they get to a last-second move here. Really unfortunate. It is the Thunderbolt. I shielded up. And it's actually a lit Leo in the back. Oh, and I throw at the worst possible timing. I should have thrown at 4 sparks there, not 5. Because that wouldn't have allowed them to sneak an entire free Incinerate through. But luckily, I was 2 sparks off of reaching a move here. And we're still able to take that game. Lit Leo in the back. Definitely not weak to Frostlass at all. I read that completely wrong. Okay, Frostlass in the lead. Going to utilize the Togedemaru on the safe swap here. And I throw a Wild Charge immediately just because I want to desync the switch clocks. And the fast move pressure from Powder Snow is not that much. They bring in Double here. I'm really hoping they let me get to another Wild Charge. I'm 1 Thunder Shock away. And they do let me get here. So I'm either going to get a switch advantage or shield advantage here. They end up shielding, farming me all the way down. That's fine. I just need to let all these body slams go through, farm them down, and have an energy advantage for that Frostlass. But they already have a move. I need to be conscious of that. I really wish I had a Double. It's so strong in this meta. I just don't have one, unfortunately. I haven't caught a single Wooloo in the wild. They do end up bringing in the Frostlass, but look how low they are because I landed that Wild Charge. I'm going to end up shielding, farming them down. I don't know why they went for Shadow Ball. Probably because they were anticipating the catch, and we'll never know what was in the back there. Good game. Altaria into Trevenant, definitely favorable, and this is where we want to keep this alignment here. So they are most likely going to throw Shadow Ball here. And they're gonna let me get off the Sky Attack. Apologies if you hear some noise in the background. My wife Katie is vacuuming right now, and it's a little bit noisy. Hopefully it's not too distracting. Out comes a Charm, Alola, Ninetales, and we have 2 responses to this. So I swap into my Togedemaru, and they bring out a Double. They're able to hit for super effective damage with the double kick there. And I was really hoping that this would be a Body Slam. But no, they end up going for the payback. Nice play by my opponent, knowing that I would survive the Body Slam. But we're still looking pretty good here. I have my Lantern for their Charm A9, and I just really need to get rid of this Double here. But they end up shielding, predicting that it might have play against the back, but they lost track of my energy. And I'm able to take out that Double, and Lantern up a shield easily can hang with Alola Ninetales. They have their own Togedemaru in the lead. This is very awkward because we're kind of triple weak to this. I build up some energy on my Altaria, and then I swap into my Togedemaru here. Look at this Wild Charge. It does so much damage. I'm going to end up shielding one of these and then see what they want to do. I'm going to throw this Wild Charge. They're opting to stay in here. And again, the fast moves are really not threatening at all in this matchup, so it makes sense why they can comfortably stay in here. I'm going to let this go through and most likely bring out my Altaria to try to farm down because they're so debuffed at this point. No, I actually end up throwing a Sky Attack. I know this is double resisted, but I kind of just want to get rid of this thing. They let it go. Out comes Frostlass, and in the back is a Shadow Venusaur. Absolutely terrible for me. Well played to them. Oh my goodness. Shadow Victory Bell in the lead. That's really good for me. Out comes Spark Lantern. Kind of awkward. But I think I tend to let them throw a move and then swap into my Togedemaru because that puts them in like Wild Charge plus a lot of Thunder Shock range. This Surf, when I'm non-debuffed, is not threatening at all. I let that go through. Keeping track of their energy. I'm at back-to-back Wild Charges. Going to queue up one right here and see what they want to do. They end up letting it go through, and it's just enough damage to take it out. Out comes the Shadow Vic again. I'm able to hit for a neutral Gyro Ball here. And it almost one-shots the Victory Bell. We're looking really solid. What could be in the back that would totally ruin our day here? Gonna bring in the Altaria, farm it down, and in the back is a Vigoroth, so this is gonna be a pretty straightforward win here. Full health Lantern in the back can easily hang with this. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you appreciate the content. Again, please let me know if you have any Togedemaru teams that have worked out for you. I felt like I didn't do the best job showcasing it here, and I personally really struggled using it. I just couldn't really get the feel right. Maybe running it in the lead makes more sense to be able to clear that debuff, but again, let me know down in the comments if you've seen any solid teams with it. But best of luck with your battles, and I'll catch you all in the next video.